Chapter 1661. Almost capsized in the gutter. The yellow sand giant beast escaped, abandoning its body, with only a single eye fleeing. The yellow sand covered the sky, and it abandoned its massive form. Even the undead legion couldn't stop it. Lin. However, the soul lock still existed, and the mark had not disappeared. Lin Moyu still firmly locked onto its soul and shot the third arrow. The soul arrow traversed the void, leaving only a trace of purple light before disappearing. A scream echoed throughout the entire star system, audible even within the formation. Lin Moyu breathed a sigh of relief, finally resolving the issue. Compared to stalling for time, being able to drive it away was naturally the best outcome. Suddenly, Lin Moyu's hair stood on end, and a severe warning came from his soul. The giant tree of talent swayed incessantly, and the 9-colored dragon soul crystal roared.
Danger! Deadly danger!
The soul heard the intense heartbeat of the yellow sand giant beast, and then bright yellow lightning appeared before his eyes. 5 bolts of lightning had collapsed, but the last one still remained. The eye of the yellow sand giant beast had escaped, but the lightning had not disappeared and still hovered in midair. At this moment, accompanied by the heartbeat of the yellow sand giant beast, the lightning suddenly activated, piercing through one skeleton after another, shooting straight towards Lin Moyu.
Careless!
Without thinking, Lin Moyu rapidly retreated, summoning a large number of skeletons to serve as meat shields to block the lightning. The skeletons were pierced by the lightning and collapsed on the spot. However, the lightning seemed unaffected, rapidly approaching Lin Moyu. The power of the lightning was too strong for the skeletons to block. The meat shield tactic he was skilled in was completely ineffective. This bolt of lightning carried the power of rules, with an attack power at least at the 8th stage of the God Sovereign, possibly even higher. The skeletons couldn't block it, and neither could he. If hit, he would undoubtedly die. His talent for revival had already been exhausted, and even if he had more chances, they would likely be ineffective. Based on the previous performance of the bright yellow lightning, it could attack repeatedly. The skeletons were killed again, and even if they revived, they would be killed again. In this life and death moment, Lin Moyu's thoughts raced, considering all possible self-rescue methods. In the next second, the scourge staff appeared in his hand. Lin Moyu knew very well that only the scourge staff might be able to block the bright yellow lightning. He couldn't fully unleash the true power of the scourge staff, but using it as a stick was no problem. Seeing the lightning approaching, Lin Moyu unhesitatingly swung the scourge staff to collide with the lightning. Boom! With a loud explosion, the lightning burst apart. Yellow filled his vision, and he could see nothing else. Lin Moyu was blasted away by an unimaginably immense force. He was directly blown out of the planet, flying tens of thousands of kilometers into the star system. Seeing the yellow sand flowing like a river of stars around him, Lin Moyu felt a surge of joy. He wasn't dead. He had really blocked the lightning. Looking at the scourge staff, there wasn't even a mark on it. The sturdiness of the scourge staff far exceeded expectations. This also indicated that the level of the scourge staff was absurdly high. Putting away the scourge staff, Lin Moyu flew back. The sandstorm on the planet continued, and the explosion of the lightning had sent the yellow sand of the planet into the starry sky. Even the yellow sand beneath the time formation was swept away, revealing the true ground. The entire planet now appeared grayish-white. With the yellow sand gone, Lin Moyu finally saw the formation clearly. The time formation was actually a circular formation, with the time house and the control hall built on a disc. The disc was the formation plate responsible for bearing the formation. Below the formation, a massive yellow heart was beating. Each beat didn't release blood but yellow sand. And it wasn't ordinary yellow sand. It was yellow sand containing extremely strong energy. The formation refined the yellow sand released by the heart, producing yellow crystals, and then transferred the useless yellow sand away. For countless years, the heart of a beyond realm star beast had been used as a material collector. It beat continuously, and the formation continuously refined and collected. It was indeed a kind of sorrow. Lin Moyu returned, and the heartbeat of the yellow sand giant beast quickened noticeably. Anger emanated from it, but it was helpless against Lin Moyu. The formation firmly suppressed it, and with this failed escape it would have no more chances. The human beyond realm experts must have received the news and might be on their way. By then, the formation would be reinforced, and it would be suppressed here for millions of years. Even the single eye that escaped would be found and destroyed. The crisis was over, but the undead legion still remained. He wouldn't recall the undead legion until the human reinforcements arrived. Relaxing was fine, but he couldn't let his guard down. Unexpected events often occur when one relaxes. Lin Moyu began to review the previous battle. He and the eye of the yellow sand giant beast had fought for less than a minute. Especially when he shot 3 arrows in succession, the entire process took less than 5 seconds. The battle was extremely intense, with every second being a life and death struggle. Lin Moyu realized that when facing a true powerhouse, various tactics were actually useless. In the end, it all came down to strength. If the yellow sand giant beast had more than just an eye and its realm hadn't fallen, he would have been dead. He recalled what Bai Yuan had once said.
A bigger fist is the hard truth. Everything else is fake.
In fact, this was true. Whether in the great world or the small world, reality was equally cruel. Besides realizing that his fist wasn't big enough, Lin Moyu also felt the role of the power of faith. Without the power of faith, the first arrow wouldn't have caused enough damage to the remnant soul of the yellow sand giant beast. Then the next 2 arrows might not have scared it away. However, the power of faith also had its limitations. It was limited in quantity and had diminishing returns. The greater the desired amplification, the exponentially more power of faith was required. 10,000 units of the power of faith could double the amplification. To triple the amplification, 30,000 units were needed. To quadruple the amplification, 60,000 units were needed. If one wanted to amplify 4 or 5 times, the required power of faith would increase significantly. As far as Lin Moyu knew, after reaching a 10-fold amplification, the required power of faith would increase exponentially. Moreover, the stronger the attack itself, the more power of faith was needed. Lin Moyu knew very well that the soul arrow he had condensed with all his might had an attack power only at the level of the 4th to 5th stage of the God Sovereign. If it were an attack from the Beyond Realm, even 60,000 units of the power of faith might not provide a single amplification. 60,000 units of the power of faith at the current collection rate would take a full 600 days to gather. The collection speed was extremely slow.
The power of faith is really something you can't have too much of. No wonder those beyond realm experts want to establish towers of faith across the entire star domain. Their spells must require astronomical amounts of the power of faith.
After reviewing the entire battle, Lin Moyu felt he had done quite well, with few oversights. The only mistake was the last lightning bolt, where he was too careless. He needed to correct this in the future. Time passed bit by bit, and the heartbeat of the yellow sand giant beast gradually slowed, becoming calm. 30 minutes later, a vast aura descended, enveloping the entire star system. 1662. Chapter 1662. The reward can actually be chosen? The sudden aura was very gentle and did not carry a heavy pressure. Lin. Just as the aura descended, the heartbeat of the yellow sand beast instantly calmed down, and all the flying yellow sand fell back to the ground at this moment. It was like an invisible big hand, smoothing out all the restlessness. Lin Moyu looked towards the horizon, his gaze passing through the starry sky, and saw a powerful figure stepping on the void and coming. A second ago he was outside the star system, and after one step, he had already arrived on the planet.
The Permitha realm has indeed come.
Lin Moyu was not surprised. He had already thought before that there might be a Permitha realm powerhouse coming over. The next second, a middle-aged man with an ordinary appearance and nothing extraordinary appeared on the Time Grand formation. He lightly pressed his hand on the formation, and the entire formation immediately rumbled. Accompanied by a reluctant soul sound, the heartbeat disappeared, and the yellow sand beast was completely suppressed.
The power of rules. 110.
Lin Moyu silently recited in his heart. He could clearly feel the change in the laws. Even the law of time at that moment just now had stagnated. The law of time was already a first-tier law, and the only thing that could affect it was the power of rules at the Permitha realm. Lin Moyu knew that the other party had used the power of rules, but he didn't know exactly how he did it. After all, he was not yet at the Permitha realm, so he only knew what it was, but not why. Some things, if the realm is not reached, will never be understood. Several god venerables flew out of the palace one after another, leaving the Time Grand Formation, and at the same time saluting the middle-aged man.
Greetings, Senior.
The middle-aged man nodded and said in a calm tone, neither hurried nor slow.
You've worked hard.
The few people hurriedly shook their heads.
It's not hard. This is what we should do.
Genshin said.
Fortunately, this time we had the help of this young friend. Otherwise things would have been troublesome.
Although they didn't know what happened outside after entering the palace. But using your brain to think about it, you would know that Lin Moyu must have blocked those sand beasts. The faces of the few god venerables were a little pale. They didn't expect that in the end they would rely on a junior at the God King realm. It was really embarrassing for the god venerables. The middle-aged man looked at Lin Moyu.
I roughly know what happened. You were also lucky to happen to meet young friend Lin here.
Then he looked at Lin Moyu again.
Young friend Lin, would you please come over for a chat?
The tone of the two sentences before and after was completely different. When speaking to the god venerables, his tone was calm and unperturbed, with a hint of majesty, maintaining the proper attitude of a Permitha realm bigshot. But when speaking to Lin Moyu, his tone suddenly softened. It didn't seem like the attitude a Permitha realm expert should have towards a god king realm. It was more like talking to an equal. Lin Moyu naturally wouldn't refuse.
Since Senior has ordered, this junior will obey.
The middle-aged man laughed.
Then let's go up.
With that, he flew straight up, and Lin Moyu immediately followed. In the blink of an eye, the two had reached the starry sky. Seeing the two leave, the few god venerables were a little dazed.
Did you hear that? Just now Senior called him young friend Lin. Looking at Senior's attitude, it seems like he's treating this young brother as an equal. Senior treating a god king as an equal feels a bit unreal. This Lin god king's strength is very strong, not inferior to ours. Maybe it's because of this kind of top genius that Senior is willing to lower his stance.
The few of them knew the identity of the middle-aged man, a Permitha realm bigshot treating a god king as an equal. Just thinking about it felt a bit unbelievable. The Permitha realm was a truly top existence, with an extremely noble identity. Genshin suddenly frowned.
Recently, wasn't there a junior named Lin Moyu who successively cleared 3 secret realms, do you think?
Lin Moyu's surname is Lin, and young friend Lin's surname is also Lin. As soon as Genshin said this, it matched up.
It's actually him, no wonder. A genius who can clear 3 secret realms is indeed extraordinary. If he can reach the Permitha realm one day, that would be incredible.
The few of them sighed. Having lived for so many years, they had seen many geniuses. Even they themselves were considered geniuses when they were young. But compared to Lin Moyu, whether it was themselves or other people they had seen, they all paled in comparison. In the starry sky, the middle-aged man looked at Lin Moyu with a smile.
Young friend Lin is indeed a young talent, using the God King realm to single-handedly block the sand beasts. I'm afraid in the entire great world, no one can be found to be comparable to young friend Lin.
Lin Moyu was very humble.
Senior praises too much. This junior was just lucky.
The middle-aged man's attitude was extremely good.
Strength is strength. How can it be called luck? This old man's surname is Song, with a single character Jia. Young friend Lin's soul has reached the Permitha realm, so he can be considered half a Permitha realm expert. We can treat each other as equals.
Lin Moyu said.
Senior Song, what do you plan to do next?
Song Jia said in a low voice.
Nothing more than reinforcing the formation to prevent this from happening again.
Lin Moyu showed a bit of strangeness.
The eyes of the yellow sand beast escaped, containing its remnant soul. Does Senior Song not plan to find it?
As long as the eyes of the yellow sand beast were still out there, things like today could still possibly happen. If someone else dared to say this, Song Jie would definitely say,
"Does this old man need you to teach him how to handle matters?"
But when Lin Moyu said this, Song Jie laughed and said,
"Young friend Lin doesn't know. It's not that we don't want to find it, but that we can't find it. It wouldn't be difficult to find it. You also know that with the Emperor's network, it has nowhere to escape."
Lin Moyu nodded. That was indeed the case. Under the surveillance of the Emperor's network, no matter how well the other party hid, they could always be found. Since that was the case, these Paramitha realm big shots letting it off must have had other reasons. Song Jie explained,
Back then, when the yellow sand beast was killed, its flesh and soul were each split in two, with the eyes and heart each occupying half. In this way, the yellow sand beast retained the possibility of resurrection. If we destroy its eyes, leaving only half a soul in its heart, then it will forever lose the possibility of resurrection.
Lin Moyu suddenly realized something.
If there is no possibility of resurrection, then the yellow sand beast might choose to self-destruct. I observe that the formation has been refining something. Is it for it?
Song Jie praised again.
Young friend Lin is indeed smart. The yellow sand beast is a Paramitha realm starry beast. Its heart will continuously produce power of rules. We use the formation to refine the power of rules it produces into rule crystals. As for the specific use, when you reach the Paramitha realm in the future, you will naturally know.
Lin Moyu nodded, knowing that this information was already enough. If Song Jie explained to him what the power of rules was, he definitely wouldn't understand, so there was no need to know. Some things can't be understood just by explaining. They need to be comprehended by oneself. Song Jie said,
This time, young friend Lin has made a great contribution. Otherwise countless people of the human race would have died. According to the rules of the human race, there will be a reward for young friend. I don't know what young friend needs. As long as it's within the scope of the rules, it can be provided.
Lin Moyu knew that what he did this time was equivalent to saving the lives of countless people. It also avoided a disaster, so getting some rewards was inevitable. Generally speaking, this kind of reward is just merits in the Divine City, but unexpectedly there was actually a choice. 1663, 1663. Chapter 1663. The rewards chosen by Song Jie. In Lin Moyu's speculation, whether it was the Human Emperor Network or the Beyond Realm, they were both extremely powerful entities. Lin, especially the Human Emperor Network, which operated according to strict rules, rewarding merit and punishing faults, could be described as impartial and just. Even the Beyond Realm could only maneuver slightly within the rules and could not violate them. The rewards from the Human Emperor Network were basically Divine City merit points. If you needed anything else, you could exchange it with the merit points. But according to Song Jie, besides choosing Divine City merit points, Lin Moyu could also select other items. Directly choosing rewards meant skipping the step of exchanging merit points. Moreover, Song Jie subtly hinted that directly choosing rewards might be more advantageous. Lin Moyu thought for a moment and then said,
Senior, I don't know what to choose. Could you help me decide?
Song Jie looked at Lin Moyu with a smile. By saying this, Lin Moyu had thrown the problem back to him. As a senior in the Beyond Realm, he couldn't choose something useless. But if he chose something too good, it would violate the rules of the Human Emperor Network. However, it didn't matter. He could give something to Lin Moyu in his personal capacity, considering it as making friends with this genius. Lin Moyu, under Song Jie's gaze, remained calm and composed, fully displaying his thick-skinned nature. Song Jie chuckled.
Since you let me decide, let's do it this way. You still need the Divine City merit points because you are only at the beginner level and need them to upgrade. Madam, you gave you the soul bow, so you don't lack soul treasures. For attack, you should focus on quality rather than quantity, so you don't need other attack treasures. For defense, with so many summons, it's almost impossible for someone of the same level to hurt you. So, let's choose some auxiliary items.
Song Jie spoke to himself and quickly made a decision. Lin Moyu listened carefully, and no matter what Song Jie chose, he wouldn't object. Song Jie would only give more, not less, and it would definitely be the maximum allowed by the rules. Song Jie closed his eyes and communicated with the Human Emperor Network. A few seconds later, the voice of the Human Emperor Network sounded in his ear. For repelling the yellow sand giant beast and preventing its resurrection, thereby saving the nearby star systems, you are awarded 2,000 Divine City Merit Points. For killing a God Sovereign level sand beast, you are awarded 10 Divine City Merit Points. For killing 50,000 God King level sand beasts, you are awarded 50 million points. For killing 500 Minor God Sovereign level sand beasts, you are awarded 5 million points. After a series of rewards, Lin Moyu felt that he had gained a lot this time. He had long known that the Human Emperor Network would not miss a single sand beast he killed, and they would all be converted into points and rewards. Sure enough, he instantly gained 55 million points, and his points exceeded 100 million again.
Finally, I have some points again.
Lin Moyu felt his pockets were a bit fuller, and he finally had some money again. At least it was enough to use in the time house. His Divine City Merit Points also reached 5,390, not far from the intermediate level. As for the task of advancing to the intermediate level, Lin Moyu was never worried. Song Jie looked at Lin Moyu's changing expression and smiled.
Have you received the rewards?
Lin Moyu smiled.
Thank you, Senior. I have received them. Then let's continue. For the second reward, I chose the Tower of Faith for you.
Lin Moyu was slightly stunned. The Tower of Faith? Could this be considered a reward? He could set up a faith array himself, which was no different from the Tower of Faith. However, he didn't say anything and waited for Song Jie to explain further. Song Jie said,
You are already qualified to establish a Tower of Faith and receive the power of faith. As a reward, I have chosen 10 star systems for you. The power of faith from these 10 star systems will belong to you. 10 star systems can provide you with about 100 units of the power of faith every day. As for refining it, you will have to handle it yourself.
After hearing Song Jie's explanation, Lin Moyu realized that the reward of the Tower of Faith meant this. He was allocated 10 star systems, which could provide him with 100 units of the power of faith every day. Combined with the power of faith he already obtained, he could receive 200 units of the power of faith every day. Those who had used the power of faith knew how useful it was. Looking at the towers of faith set up by the Beyond Realm experts in every star system, every planet, and every city, one could see how much they needed the power of faith. He only got 10 star systems, but those Beyond Realm experts each had countless star systems, receiving an astonishing amount of the power of faith every day. Even with Lin Moyu's temperament, he couldn't help but feel a bit envious. If he had that much power of faith, he might have been able to kill the remnant soul of the yellow sand giant beast with one arrow. Song Jie saw through Lin Moyu's thoughts and smiled.
Don't think too much. In the future, your towers of faith will increase. 10 star systems are nothing. Even 10,000 star systems are nothing. But if you want to have more towers of faith, you know what to do.
Lin Moyu naturally understood. It was nothing more than improving his strength and contributing to the human race. The human race was like this, clear in rewards and punishments. If you wanted to gain, you had to give first, which was very fair. There was almost no such thing as getting something for nothing in the human race. Song Jie said,
The third reward is my personal gift to you.
He took out a jade piece, and as it appeared, the surrounding space distorted strongly. The jade piece was incredibly heavy, almost collapsing the space. Song Jie said,
I personally want to thank you. The yellow sand giant beast was under my watch. If something went wrong, it would be my fault. This time, you helped suppress the yellow sand giant beast, so I owe you a favor. This piece of fragmented space jade contains a fragment of an ancient talisman. By using soul power and the power of faith together, you can unleash one attack. With your soul power and 10,000 units of the power of faith, you should be able to unleash an attack comparable to the peak of the God's sovereign realm. But it can only be used once a day, so don't rely on it too much.
Lin Moyu took the fragmented space jade and infused his soul power into it, indeed seeing a fragment of an ancient talisman sealed inside. The ancient talisman exuded a heavy aura, and the fragmented space jade's ability to collapse space was entirely due to this fragment. Just looking at it made Lin Moyu feel a sharp pain, and his soul power was rapidly consumed. Apart from the fragment of the ancient talisman in his soul, other ancient talismans were not something he could touch. Comparing it, the fragment of the ancient talisman in his soul was indeed very special. In Lin Moyu's view, this jade piece was extremely valuable. It was a true life-saving treasure, with the only drawback being that it could only be used once a day. Moreover, in the future, when his realm was sufficient, he could study the ancient talisman inside.
Thank you, Senior.
Lin Moyu sincerely thanked Song Jie for the precious gift. Song Jie nodded.
Lastly, the talisman sovereign asked me to convey a message to you.
Lin Moyu perked up.
Please go ahead, Senior.
1664, 1664. Chapter 1664. You are Lin Moyu. Back in the time formation, Lin Moyu was still thinking about what Song Jie had said to him. Lin. The message from the talisman sovereign that Song Jie conveyed was simple.
The secret realms are very important. If possible, clear as many as you can, especially the special secret realms.
It wasn't a command, more like a suggestion. According to Song Jie, he was repeating the exact words, and the talisman sovereign's tone was just like that when he spoke. The talisman sovereign spoke so politely, and combined with his interactions with the house sovereign, Lin Moyu couldn't help but wonder.
Are all the sovereigns so good-tempered?
Lin Moyu found it a bit strange. He didn't seem to know any talisman sovereign. Sovereigns are such high-ranking figures, and there are only a few of them in the entire human race. They are elusive, and ordinary people might never encounter them in their lifetime. The only sovereign he had dealt with was the house sovereign. But since it was the talisman sovereign's words, he should listen. After all, they are the true top figures of the human race. Even the Beyond Realm experts have to listen to the sovereigns, let alone himself. Since the talisman sovereign said so, he would clear as many secret realms as possible if he had the chance. He was well aware that clearing secret realms was just the surface. What the human race truly needed were the ancient talismans obtained after clearing the secret realms. From the giant hand condensed by the human emperor network, every time a secret realm was cleared, the hand would come to retrieve the ancient talisman. The ancient talisman was the most important. Song Jie returned to the time formation before Lin Moyu and strengthened the formation, adding more suppressive power to the hall. According to him, he personally killed the yellow sand giant beast and personally refined the hall. Song Jie used the power of rules to easily accomplish all this and then left gracefully. The Beyond Realm experts are like this, rarely appearing in front of people. Most of the God Kings didn't know Song Jie's identity, only that he was a big figure. When Lin Moyu returned to the time formation, the God Sovereigns looked at him not as they would a God King. In their eyes, Lin Moyu was no longer a junior but at least an equal. In the future, they might even have to address him as Lord Lin Moyu. After Lin Moyu explained his purpose, they led him into the hall. Their attitude was extremely polite. As for the God Kings, they were all looking at Lin Moyu in shock, and none dared to follow. They knew very well that they were not qualified to talk to Lin Moyu. The gap between them was too great to be measured by realm. Although their cultivation realms were higher than Lin Moyu's in terms of true strength, even if they were tied together, they wouldn't be a match for Lin Moyu. After all, in this world, a bigger fist is the hard truth. Especially Luo Feiyu, who previously only thought of Lin Moyu as a genius. He didn't expect Lin Moyu to be this strong. Calling him junior brother now felt a bit awkward. Thinking about Lin Moyu's high spirits and then about himself, Luo Feiyu felt increasingly desolate. Suddenly, Lin Moyu's voice rang in his ears.
Senior brother Luo, please come to the hall.
Luo Feiyu was slightly stunned and then walked into the hall. In the hall, the god sovereigns had already left, leaving only Genshin. After a great battle, the god sovereigns had consumed a lot and had already gone to rest. Genshin was now the person in charge of the time formation. Lin Moyu stood casually in front of Genshin, but Luo Feiyu didn't dare to be so casual. He respectfully saluted Genshin.
Junior Luo Feiyu greets the Lord.
Genshin looked Luo Feiyu up and down.
You are the eldest son of God Sovereign Luo Hong, right?
Luo Feiyu was slightly surprised.
You know my father?
A rare smile appeared on Genshin's usually cold face.
I once fought alongside your father on the battlefield. We were life and death comrades, but later we went our separate ways due to our own affairs. Many years have passed, and to think that Luo's son has grown so much and has become a minor god sovereign. You look a lot like your father back then. It brings back memories. How is your father now?
It turned out there was such a connection. Luo Feiyu, being smart, immediately changed his address.
Feiyu greets uncle. My father is well. If you have time, you are welcome to visit our Luo family for a drink.
Genshin laughed heartily.
Good, I will visit when I have time.
He then looked Luo Feiyu up and down again and then at Lin Moyu.
Lin, are you confident?
Lin Moyu shook his head.
It's hard to say at the moment, but I have to try.
Genshin nodded.
All right, follow me.
He walked towards the inner part of the hall, and Lin Moyu signaled Luo Feiyu to follow. Luo Feiyu had a strange look in his eyes, not knowing what Lin Moyu and Genshin were up to. It seemed to be related to him, but neither of them explained, and he could only follow. Walking side by side with Lin Moyu, Luo Feiyu said,
Junior brother, so your surname is Lin?
Previously, he didn't even know Lin Moyu's full name. It wasn't until Genshin addressed him as Lin that he learned his surname. Lin Moyu smiled.
Senior brother Luo, don't blame me. My name has caused some unnecessary trouble, so I deliberately hid it.
As he spoke, he removed the information hiding on the Human Emperor network, allowing Luo Feiyu to see his name.
Lin Moyu! You are Lin Moyu!
Luo Feiyu couldn't help but exclaim. He widened his eyes in disbelief. Recently, Lin Moyu's fame had skyrocketed. Almost everyone in the Divine City knew about Lin Moyu. 3 consecutive Divine City announcements and 3 consecutive Secret Realm clearances had pushed Lin Moyu's fame to the peak. In Luo Feiyu's memory, this was an unprecedented achievement. Countless people regarded Lin Moyu as a role model. Lin Moyu was currently the most shining star in the Divine City. Luo Feiyu muttered,
So it's you. No wonder, no wonder.
He kept repeating,
No wonder.
But only he knew what he meant. Others thought Lin Moyu was just a top genius, a master at clearing secret realms. Who could have known that Lin Moyu's combat power had reached such a level? Facing a god sovereign, Lin Moyu could fight and even win. With such combat power, clearing secret realms would naturally be much easier. Luo Feiyu had been to many secret realms and knew that the stronger the combat power, the safer it was in the secret realms. Luo Feiyu looked at Lin Moyu.
Junior brother Lin, I think everyone has underestimated you.
Lin Moyu humbly smiled.
Just lucky.
Luo Feiyu shook his head.
It's not just luck. Strength is strength. I couldn't even pass the second stage of the Black Rain secret realm and could only sink into the Black Sea. But you could clear it smoothly. That's not something luck can explain. Junior brother Lin, can you tell me how to clear the Black Rain secret realm?
Lin Moyu did not refuse and straightforwardly told Luo Feiyu how to clear the Black Rain secret realm. After listening, Luo Feiyu muttered,
So I was lucky. If I had somehow passed the second stage, I would have died in the third stage.
Facing the ancient talisman in the third stage with Luo Feiyu's soul, he would have been directly overwhelmed, unable to wake up again. So falling into the Black Sea actually saved his life. At this moment, Genshin stopped.
We're here.
A long-sealed secret room was opened, and a strange aura rushed out from the secret room. 1665 1665 Chapter 1665 No one in the human race masters the time law. A peculiar aura rushed towards them, containing powerful and strange laws. Luo Feiyu felt an indescribable sensation. Lin. He felt that everything around him, including himself, had become extremely chaotic. This chaos was indescribable. It just made him feel uncomfortable. He couldn't think clearly in this situation, and his thoughts became chaotic as well. This law could affect even a minor god sovereign, indicating that it was extremely powerful. He glanced at Lin Moyu, who seemed completely unaffected, showing no signs of discomfort. While looking at Lin Moyu, Jian was also quietly observing him. As a god sovereign, Jian felt uncomfortable under the impact of this aura. But Lin Moyu seemed completely unaffected. Jian could tell that Lin Moyu wasn't pretending to be calm. He genuinely felt nothing. From this, it was clear that Lin Moyu's soul surpassed his own. Jian looked at the secret room and said in a low voice,
This is the convergence point of the time formation's laws. Here, time becomes chaotic, making people feel uncomfortable. In the time house outside, the flow of time is faster than in the real world. But in this secret room, the flow of time is slower than in the real world. Slowing down time is much more difficult than speeding it up. In the entire time formation, there is only this one secret room, and its rate can be 10 times slower. 1 day inside is equivalent to 10 days in the real world.
Listening to Jian explanation, Luo Feiyu was a bit confused.
What's the use of slowing down time?
Jian smiled slightly.
Let Lin explain.
Lin Moyu nodded.
Sometimes, slowing down time can be very useful. For example, if someone is severely injured and only has 10 days to live, but the medicine to save them will take 100 days to arrive. If they enter here, they can buy more time.
Lin Moyu gave a small example, and Luo Feiyu immediately understood.
That makes sense. It is indeed useful.
Suddenly, he seemed to think of something and looked surprised.
Lin, are you asking me to go in?
Lin Moyu nodded.
Brother Luo, go inside and wait for me. I'll try to find a solution.
Lin Moyu didn't make any promises, only saying he would try. If he gave Luo Feiyu hope and then failed, it would cause an even greater blow.
Luo Feiyu understood Lin Moyu's intention.
Thank you, Lin. Anyway, I've already reached this point. It can't get any worse.
Having been tormented for so long, Luo Feiyu had already come to terms with it. As he said, at worst, his realm would regress, and he would become an ordinary god king, but at least he could enjoy a few thousand years of good wine. Not everyone in the great world can become a god sovereign. Among countless cultivators, only a few truly reach the god sovereign realm. If he couldn't become a god sovereign, it was his fate. Luo Feiyu was originally a very determined and carefree person, but the illusions of the Black Sea were too domineering. Sinking into them life after life had become a subconscious part of Luo Feiyu's soul. Whenever Luo Feiyu tried to break through, these subconscious thoughts would turn into inner demons, causing him to fail. Over time, Luo Feiyu's state of mind and confidence were greatly damaged, making breakthroughs hopeless. Moreover, due to the damage to his state of mind, he couldn't even maintain his minor god sovereign realm. As a god sovereign, Jian could naturally see that Luo Feiyu's condition was not good. But he was also powerless. Jian said,
You go into the secret room and stay for a while, waiting for us to call you. The secret room might be a bit uncomfortable, and you'll need some time to adapt.
Luo Feiyu nodded, saluted Lin Moyu and Jian again.
Thank you, Lin. Thank you, Uncle.
With that, he walked into the secret room, and the door closed behind him. In the secret room, the flow of time slowed down, making Luo Feiyu's movements extremely slow, but his consciousness and thoughts remained unchanged. This created a great sense of dissonance. Often, when his consciousness issued a new command, his limbs couldn't keep up. This discomfort and powerlessness made Luo Feiyu feel lost. He could only slow down his thoughts and everything else. He let his mind become completely calm. He walked to the center of the secret room, slowly sat down, and began to meditate. Outside the secret room, Jian looked at Lin Moyu.
Lin, how did you know there was a secret room in the time formation that could slow down time?
Lin Moyu smiled slightly.
If I said I figured it out, would you believe me?
Jian laughed heartily.
I believe it. With your talent, it's not surprising you figured it out.
Lin Moyu indeed figured it out. He had observed the time formation in the hall and knew it had two sides. The surface accelerated time, and the inside must slow it down. Only in this way could the entire formation remain balanced. Using time stones to set up a time formation was already impressive. But it also showed that no one in the human race had mastered the time law. If someone had truly mastered the time law, they wouldn't need to go through so much trouble. They could directly use the time law to set up a time-accelerating formation, which wouldn't be difficult. They wouldn't need to balance the formation with two sides or use time stones. Jian led Lin Moyu to the back of the hall. Behind the hall was a sizable garden. In the garden, 3 time houses were set up, each located at the core of the formation. Jian explained,
These 3 time houses can accelerate time up to 200 times, but the distortion of the laws is equivalent to the 100 times acceleration of other time houses.
In other words, cultivating in these 3 time houses could save half the time compared to other time houses. The faster the time acceleration, the greater the distortion of the laws. When the time acceleration exceeds 100 times, the speed of comprehending the laws significantly decreases. Unless one leaves the real world and goes to the Human Emperor training ground controlled by the Human Emperor network, where one can enjoy time acceleration without being affected by the distortion of the laws. However, the cost of the Human Emperor training ground is too high, and most cultivators only go there in critical moments. No one can afford to stay there long term. The 3 time houses in the hall are usually not open to the public. They are reserved for God's sovereigns. This time, they made an exception for Lin Moyu. Jian opened one of the time houses for Lin Moyu.
Lin, the time inside is accelerated by 200 times. I don't recommend staying too long.
The faster the time acceleration, the greater the pressure on the soul. Staying too long can be harmful to the soul. How long one can stay depends on the individual. The stronger the soul, the longer one can stay. Lin Moyu understood Jian good intentions.
Thank you, God's sovereign Jian. I will be careful.
Jian cupped his hands.
Good luck, Lin.
1666 1666. Chapter 1666. Sooner or later, I will cross the galaxy and reach the other shore. The door closed behind Lin Moyu, and the originally dark time house lit up. Lin. A force belonging to the law of time rose from the ground, and runes appeared on the floor. These runes formed an array, guiding the power of the time stone. The time stone contains the law of time, and only by using it as the core can a time formation be set up. Besides the time stone, a vast amount of power is needed to drive the formation. Most time formations use the power of stars. But not here. The Beyond Realm expert Song Jie used the heart of the Yellow Sand Giant Beast as the power source for the formation. As a result, the formation also mixed in the power of the Yellow Sand Giant Beast. Lin Moyu could clearly feel that within the law of time, there was also a large amount of earth and stone laws. Cultivating earth and stone laws here would be more efficient than other laws. Lin Moyu did not intend to comprehend any laws. He wanted to study the ancient talisman in his soul world. The ancient talisman was very special. Other ancient talismans couldn't even be looked at, but this corner of the ancient talisman could not only be seen and touched, but it also actively entered his soul. Lin Moyu even suspected that this corner of the ancient talisman had its own consciousness. The ancient talisman was undoubtedly powerful. Like a magical treasure, it is not impossible for it to develop consciousness over countless years. However, after entering his soul world, Lin Moyu did not sense any spirituality from it. Once spirituality is developed, it is almost impossible to hide it. Moreover, this is his soul world, his domain. So Lin Moyu was 100% sure that this corner of the ancient talisman had not developed spirituality and would not pose a threat to him. What he needed to do now was to master it. Mastering the ancient talisman, even just a corner, would greatly enhance his strength. Moreover, he could also treat Luo Feiyu in passing. His soul formally contacted the ancient talisman, feeling the pulsations within it and comprehending the divine within. The ancient talisman was extremely complex. Just a corner of it was enough to evolve a secret realm and its own rules. Its complexity far exceeded high-level runes. Lin Moyu began to analyze and comprehend it bit by bit, gradually understanding the essence of the ancient talisman. Time accelerated continuously. For every day that passed outside, 200 days passed inside the time house. Lin Moyu's progress was extremely slow at first. The ancient talisman was too complex, and in the first 100 days he gained very little. Apart from some occasional insights, there was nothing else. The door to the ancient talisman was tightly closed to Lin Moyu, making it impossible to enter. After 100 days, Lin Moyu stopped fixating on the ancient talisman and took out
Rune language.
to continue studying the runes recorded in it. Using the knowledge from
Rune language.
might help him open the door to the ancient talisman. Under the 200 times time acceleration, the laws were distorted, making it much harder to comprehend them. However, this had little effect on runes, and Lin Moyu could still study them with high efficiency. He gradually mastered the general runes in
Rune language.
breaking them down into lower-level, high-level runes. Lin Moyu's learning speed was very fast, and his understanding of runes had reached a new level. A general rune could be mastered in just 1 or 2 days. Then, by breaking it down, he could fully decompose a general rune in at most a month. Each general rune could be broken down into 36 high-level runes. If he missed even one, it meant his understanding was not complete. Lin Moyu did not allow this to happen. If he was going to learn, he would learn to the extreme. The yellow sand planet had completely calmed down. After the previous beast tide, the number of sand beasts in the entire star system had significantly decreased. Recently, the entire star system had been quiet. The military temporarily controlled the star system, not allowing external cultivators to enter. Even the cultivators who were previously in the time house were driven out one by one. Now, in the time house, besides a few station god sovereigns, only Lin Moyu and Luo Feiyu remained. The two were unaware of what was happening outside, each immersed in their own world. Lin Moyu was studying runes, while Luo Feiyu was trying to calm himself down. In the blink of an eye, 40 days had passed. Lin Moyu had spent a total of 8,000 days in the time house. After more than 20 years, he finally mastered the entire
Rune language.
During his studies, a strange sense of familiarity arose again. This sense of familiarity was peculiar, inexplicable, and elusive. He decided not to worry about it. If it wanted to come, let it come. Closing.
Rune language.
Lin Moyu spoke aloud.
Basic runes, 10,800. High-level runes, 6,408. General runes, 108. No matter how complex the ancient talisman is, it is fundamentally composed of basic and high-level runes.
Lin Moyu seemed to have grasped the essence of the ancient talisman. No matter how complex it was, its root was still basic and high-level runes. From this perspective, the ancient talisman could also be broken down into countless high-level and basic runes. With this new understanding, Lin Moyu began to study the ancient talisman in his soul world again. This time, he aimed to open the door to the ancient talisman world. Even if he couldn't walk in, he wanted to see inside. The eye of the soul opened, carrying the power of the beyond realm, constantly scanning the ancient talisman. This was just a corner of the ancient talisman, not complete. Lin Moyu first found the broken part and started analyzing it bit by bit. His soul power wrapped around the ancient talisman, trying to find a gap to enter. His soul power was rapidly consumed. The giant tree of talent swayed continuously, providing Lin Moyu with enough soul power. For others, their soul power would be exhausted in no time, and recovery would be very slow. But as long as Lin Moyu controlled the pace, maintaining a balance between consumption and supply, he could continue his research indefinitely. 10 days passed, and finally there was some progress. Lin Moyu successfully extracted a high-level rune from the broken corner of the ancient talisman. It was a high-level rune that could create illusions targeting the soul. Lin Moyu was overjoyed, knowing that he had opened a small crack in the door to the ancient talisman. In the main hall, the god sovereigns had recovered. They guarded the time formation mainly to prevent the yellow sand giant beast from reviving. Usually, they had to control the formation regularly to apply pressure on the heart of the yellow sand giant beast. Now that the formation had been reinforced, the suppressive power had become stronger, leaving them with more free time. The god sovereigns had recovered from the previous battle and were now gathered in the main hall, drinking and chatting. One god sovereign sat on the ground without any decorum, chewing on a piece of unknown beast meat, and mumbled,
Lin Xiaoyu has been inside for over 100 days, right?
Jian Shin, drinking his wine, replied softly,
To be precise, 132 days. Wow, 132 days already. Lin Xiaoyu's soul is really strong. Stronger than ours. I can only stay in there for 100 days at most. Being able to stay for 100 days is already impressive. Time acceleration puts pressure on the soul, especially at 200 times acceleration, which is very stressful. I guess Lin Xiaoyu's soul is at least at the peak of the 4th grade. Yes, at least the peak of the 4th grade, but it could also be a jade soul with a purple hue. Otherwise, the senior wouldn't be so courteous to him. The senior clearly believes that Lin Xiaoyu will one day be like him, crossing the galaxy and reaching the other shore. With Lin Xiaoyu's abilities, reaching the beyond realms shouldn't be difficult.
Suddenly, they all turned their heads. Lin Moyu was walking out from the back of the hall. 1667, 1667. Chapter 1667. Reliving the illusion, breaking and rebuilding. In reality, 100 days equaled 72 years. Lin. This was the longest period Lin Moyu had ever spent in cultivation since he started. But to the god sovereigns present, a few decades were nothing. They had all experienced seclusion for hundreds of years. The saying,
Time flies during cultivation,
was not just a saying. When they looked at Lin Moyu, they were all astonished. At this moment, Lin Moyu exuded an indescribable aura. Ancient, noble, mysterious. A faint pressure emanated from him, as if facing an abyss. The god sovereigns all felt the same, as if they were facing a beyond realm expert. But Lin Moyu was clearly just a god king. God King 6th stage. He had entered as a God King 5th stage and now had reached the 6th stage. For ordinary cultivators, advancing one stage in the God King realm could take hundreds of years. Only a genius like Lin Moyu could advance one stage in just a few decades.
Junior Lin Moyu greets the seniors.
Lin Moyu cupped his hands and bowed to the few god sovereigns. They quickly returned the gesture.
No need for such courtesy, Lin Xiaoyu. Congratulations on your advancement, Lin Xiaoyu. Congratulations on your great progress, Lin Xiaoyu.
The god sovereigns were unusually polite, each congratulating Lin Moyu. They only knew that Lin Moyu had advanced in cultivation, but they didn't know that this advancement was not the most significant gain for Lin Moyu. The real gain was far beyond this. Lin Moyu looked at Jian Shin.
Senior Jian, I think I can try to help Brother Luo now. Please help me open the door.
Jian Shin immediately stood up.
All right, I'll open it.
He and Lin Moyu left together, disappearing from sight. The remaining god sovereigns looked at each other.
I take back what I said earlier. Lin Xiaoyu's soul must have reached the Jade Soul stage with a purple hue. Achieving the Beyond Realm in the future is not a problem. Indeed, when I looked at Lin Xiaoyu just now, it felt like I was facing an adult. Compared to Lin Xiaoyu, other so-called geniuses are nothing. The gap is too wide. I've lived for thousands of years and have never seen such a genius. Even Shaoxing is far inferior to Lin Xiaoyu. Thousands of years are nothing. Even in 10,000 years, there hasn't been a genius like Lin Xiaoyu. Truly a blessing for our human race.
000. In front of the secret room, Genshin opened the door. The chaotic aura of the time law rushed out again. Genshin frowned slightly, as he didn't like this aura. Lin Moyu remained unaffected, without any change in expression. But in Genshin's eyes, Lin Moyu seemed different from before. The aura of the time law actively avoided Lin Moyu. More accurately, it seemed that an invisible force around Lin Moyu blocked the aura of the law. This was the aura of the time law, yet it could be influenced. Genshin admitted he couldn't do that. Lin Moyu appeared even more mysterious in his eyes. Inside the secret room, Luo Feiyu sat cross-legged. He seemed to be in a meditative state, appearing calm. But in reality, his aura was still unstable. The slowed time flow could only delay the worsening of his condition, not cure him. However, there was a benefit. In this slowed environment, Luo Feiyu's restlessness seemed to diminish significantly.
Brother Luo!
Lin Moyu's voice reached the secret room, and it took several seconds for Luo Feiyu to respond. In the secret room, everything was slowed down. Luo Feiyu's facial expression changed slowly, and then he slowly stood up. Lin Moyu found the situation somewhat amusing. Luo Feiyu moved in slow motion, taking several times longer than usual to stand up, lift his leg, and step out of the secret room. When he left the secret room, his body suddenly trembled, and his movements accelerated abruptly. If not for his quick reaction, he would have fallen flat on his face. He took 2 steps forward, his body floating in the air, and then stabilized himself. Lin Moyu observed Luo Feiyu.
It seems Brother Luo has had a good few days.
Luo Feiyu smiled.
Everything here is slowed down, except my thoughts. I reflected on my life, realizing that I've done quite well. For my family, I was neither a genius nor a failure. For the human race, I made no great contributions but also did no harm. At least I fought on the battlefield and killed enemies. Even if my realm falls and I can't become a god sovereign, I have no regrets. For the next few thousand years, I'll enjoy my time with wine. It's not a bad life.
Luo Feiyu spoke with a carefree attitude, as if he had come to terms with everything. Lin Moyu smiled along with him.
It seems Brother Luo is ready. In that case, I won't gamble.
Luo Feiyu was taken aback, staring at Lin Moyu.
Brother Lin, do you have a solution?
Lin Moyu nodded ambiguously.
I have a method, but I'm only 50 to 60% sure. It might work, or it might worsen Brother Luo's state of mind. It's a gamble. But since Brother Luo has come to terms with it, I won't gamble.
Luo Feiyu quickly grabbed Lin Moyu.
No, 50 to 60% is already a good chance. It's worth a try. Even if I fail, I won't die. And if I succeed, it's a win.
Luo Feiyu's eyes became determined. Someone who had reached the minor god sovereign realm wouldn't give up so easily. What he said earlier was just out of helplessness. Lin Moyu understood and was just teasing him.
God sovereign, could you arrange a quiet room for us?
Genshin readily agreed to Lin Moyu's request. The hall had plenty of quiet rooms. They entered the nearest quiet room, and Genshin left, leaving only Lin Moyu and Luo Feiyu inside. Luo Feiyu asked,
Brother Lin, what method do you plan to use?
Lin Moyu replied softly,
Break and rebuild. Brother Luo, are you willing to try? Break and rebuild?
Luo Feiyu was puzzled. How to break and how to rebuild. Lin Moyu produced a drop of black water from his fingertip.
I want Brother Luo to relive the illusion you experienced before. The difference is, this time you'll enter it consciously. Enter the illusion, make up for the regrets, and rebuild your state of mind.
Luo Feiyu's damaged state of mind came from the Black Sea, from the countless illusions he experienced. So now, he would relive those illusions and make up for all the regrets. Lin Moyu wasn't worried about whether the illusion would be the same because it had become part of Luo Feiyu's subconscious. Entering it again would inevitably lead to the same illusion. But there was a possibility that Luo Feiyu would still fail and return with more regrets. This could worsen his state of mind. So it was a gamble, and the outcome depended on Luo Feiyu. Lin Moyu looked at him.
Brother Luo, what do you think?
Luo Feiyu didn't hesitate.
Let's do it. I want to see what illusions I experienced back then.
1668 1668 Chapter 1668 Analyzing the Ancient Talisman, Controlling the Ancient Talisman. At Lin Moyu's fingertip, a drop of pitch-black water condensed. Lin. It looked no different from the black water of the Black Rain's secret realm. But if you looked closely, you would find that the drop of water at Lin Moyu's fingertip was even deeper in blackness. This drop of water seemed to be condensed from rivers and lakes. Once it dispersed, it could immediately transform into a vast ocean. The black water slowly floated up, coming to Luo Feiyu's eyes. The black water seemed to emit an endless charm, instantly attracting Luo Feiyu's attention. Luo Feiyu's eyes could no longer leave the black water, and gradually, his eyes lost focus. The black water emitted an enchanting magic, making it impossible to escape. Lin Moyu's voice came softly.
Brother Luo, have you really decided?
Luo Feiyu's eyes had already lost focus, and he had even lost the ability to respond. He just instinctively nodded, a subconscious response. This was exactly the effect Lin Moyu wanted, to stir the subconscious and let Luo Feiyu experience the illusion once again. With a gentle flick of his finger, the black water turned into a stream of light and drilled into Luo Feiyu's forehead. Bang! Luo Feiyu fell straight to the ground, as if dead. The black water exploded in his soul world, turning into a black ocean, instantly engulfing his entire soul. Just like back then, layers of illusions replayed in Luo Feiyu's soul world. Lin Moyu sat down beside him and said softly,
Brother Luo, the rest is up to you.
Lin Moyu had done everything he could. Reliving the illusion and repairing the state of mind could only be done by Luo Feiyu himself. His consciousness returned to his soul world, seeing the new guest in the soul world. A corner of the ancient talisman was shining brightly. In the time house, over so many years, Lin Moyu had been exploring and studying it. The complexity of the ancient talisman was completely beyond his imagination. Lin Moyu felt that he had underestimated it. Especially after breaking down the first high-level rune, he felt this even more. At that time, he was in a good mood, thinking that the door to the ancient talisman had opened a crack. But later, he found that it was just a tiny crack. After opening this tiny crack, he could no longer push it open. The door to the ancient talisman was incredibly sturdy, and it was extremely difficult to shake it. Day after day, he continued to study and break it down. He used all the rune knowledge he had mastered. Countless attempts, countless analyses. He had lost count of how many times he had tried and analyzed. Almost all attempts ended in failure, hitting him again and again. During occasional breaks, Lin Moyu would mock himself for being too ambitious. Clearly, he was just a god king, yet he dared to analyze the ancient talisman, which was far beyond his reach. But he was unwilling to give up. Unconsciously, his stubbornness surged up. Just like when he let Antares kill him again and again in countless deaths, he forcibly turned all his spells into stellar-level spells. If he wasn't afraid of death, why would he fear failure? Gradually, Lin Moyu's state of mind became more solid, and his confidence was replenished. One day, that inexplicable sense of familiarity reappeared. At that time, he was really startled. When had he ever come into contact with the ancient talisman? Why did he feel familiar with the ancient talisman, as if he had seen it somewhere or even drawn it himself? But in his memory, there was no such thing. Lin Moyu couldn't figure it out, so he stopped thinking about it. But after the sense of familiarity appeared, he suddenly found that the ancient talisman seemed to become a bit simpler. He easily broke down some more high-level runes, and the crack in the door to the ancient talisman widened a bit. Lin Moyu remembered clearly that the first time the sense of familiarity appeared was when he observed the Soulfire rune during the 4-star domain competition. Since the sense of familiarity appeared, he had a natural touch for runes. Learning them became extremely easy. What others needed decades or even hundreds of years to learn, he could fully master in just a few days or even days. A book like
Rune language,
which could take most rune masters a lifetime to study, was easily mastered by him. Lin Moyu couldn't explain this. Later, for a long time, Lin Moyu's breakdown of the ancient talisman became smooth, even giving him a sense of ease. Lin Moyu also discovered the intricacies of the ancient talisman. The ancient talisman was composed of countless high-level and basic runes. Even just a corner of the ancient talisman might contain over 1,000 high-level runes and tens of thousands of basic runes. These runes overlap to form an incredibly complex three-dimensional structure. Moreover, these runes were interconnected in the form of rune arrays, ultimately forming the ancient talisman. The ancient talisman caused a qualitative change, jumping out of the laws and thus possessing the power of rules. Because of the support of so many runes, even if only a corner or a fragment of the ancient talisman remained, it could still exert great power, because it still contained a large number of runes inside. During the analysis, Lin Moyu finally understood some fundamental principles of the ancient talisman. With his ability, it was impossible to draw the ancient talisman. The most basic requirement for drawing the ancient talisman was to master the power of rules. That was something for the beyond realm far beyond his reach. Lin Moyu deeply understood this, so he never hoped to draw the ancient talisman himself. Being able to control a corner of the ancient talisman now was already a very good result. Lin Moyu gradually understood the function of this corner of the ancient talisman. This corner of the ancient talisman was one of the cores of a complete ancient talisman. A complete ancient talisman often had multiple cores. Its function was virtualization, in other words, creating illusions, making it difficult to distinguish between reality and illusion. In battle, if it exerted its power, it could instantly drag the enemy into an illusion, making it impossible to escape. But because it had to connect the virtual and the real, it had two sides, yin and yang, could constantly switch between reality and illusion. Therefore, when it evolved into a secret realm, it formed the Black Rain secret realm. Inside, there were also yin and yang sides, both real and illusory. However, the illusion dominated, and its most important power was the illusion. Because it was in the illusion, he could look directly at it. As for why it actively entered his soul world, Lin Moyu never got an answer. After decades of relentless effort, he could finally perform some simple manipulations on this corner of the ancient talisman. For example, using the ancient talisman, he could condense a substance similar to black water. The black water could make people fall into an illusion, making it difficult to escape. In Lin Moyu's observation, the black water he created through the ancient talisman could affect god sovereigns below the 6th stage. Only those high-level god sovereigns above the 6th stage would not be affected. If he added the power of faith, the effect of the black water could be further expanded. Just this alone had greatly enhanced his combat power. At least when facing 6th stage god sovereigns, he no longer needed to risk his life. He had gained another means to deal with enemies. While Luo Feiyu was experiencing the illusion, Lin Moyu reviewed his more than 70 years of cultivation results. Overall, the effect was very good, and he was very satisfied. 1669, 1669. Chapter 1669. Special Secret Realm. Exploding Ancient Talisman. Luo Feiyu sometimes frowned, sometimes showed joy. Lin. His soul was experiencing one illusion after another, and the emotions in the illusions occasionally reflected on his face. Lin Moyu noticed that most of Luo Feiyu's expressions were joyful. Luo Feiyu's aura was becoming stable, which also indicated that his state of mind was improving. There is a fundamental difference between passively entering an illusion and actively entering one. The difference lies in the control. Once a minor god sovereign like Luo Feiyu gains control of the illusion, even if he is just an ordinary person in the illusion, he can defy fate and turn the tide. As Luo Feiyu's aura became more stable, Lin Moyu knew he no longer needed to worry about him. Luo Feiyu had won his gamble and regained his path of cultivation. This time, not only did Luo Feiyu win, but Lin Moyu also won. The black water was created by him manipulating the ancient talisman, and the effect was excellent.
From now on, I'll call you the Black Water Talisman. One day, I will restore you to your complete state.
Lin Moyu silently said in his heart, word by word, firmly and powerfully. Luo Feiyu still needed some time to recover, and Lin Moyu's mind moved, his consciousness entering the Human Emperor network. He directly teleported to the small courtyard of the Secret Realm Strategy Group, looking at the flowers and plants inside and outside the courtyard, each one different. Every time a member of the Secret Realm Strategy Group died, a different flower or plant would appear here. Lin Moyu sighed softly. He didn't want to become one of them. Entering the courtyard, there was no one present in the small courtyard of the Secret Realm Strategy Group. Lin Moyu said loudly in the courtyard,
Register the strategy.
The Human Emperor Network immediately responded, and a blank book appeared in front of Lin Moyu. He only needed to use his mind to write the strategy on it. The strategy for clearing the secret realm was not complicated. Lin Moyu took only 2 minutes to write the complete strategy. The strategy quickly passed the verification of the Human Emperor Network, and Lin Moyu also received a notification from the Human Emperor Network. Congratulations on becoming a third-tier member of the Secret Realm Strategy Group. All Secret Realm information in the primary area is now fully open to you. Some Secret Realm information in the intermediate area is now open to you. You can check the specific information yourself. Upgrading to a third-tier member increased his permissions a bit more. In the Divine City Star domain, all Secret Realm information in the primary area was now freely accessible to him. There were a total of 5,688 secret realms in the primary area, and 162 had been cleared, leaving 5,526 secret realms. Some secret realm information in the intermediate area was also open. There were a total of 722 secret realms in the intermediate area, and only 10 of them were open to him. To view more secret realm information in the intermediate area, he needed to upgrade to the 4th tier. The requirements for upgrading to the 4th tier were clearly written with 3 methods. Clear 1 secret realm in the intermediate area, or clear 2 more secret realms in the primary area, or provide a large amount of secret realm information. Of course, the information must be new and not previously provided by others. He could choose any one of the 3 methods to upgrade. The same 3 methods applied for upgrading from the 4th tier to the 5th tier. Clear 1 secret realm in the intermediate area, or 4 secret realms in the primary area, or provide a large amount of secret realm information, but only intermediate area information would be useful. Primary area information would no longer be useful. Lin Moyu knew that no one would choose to clear 4 secret realms in the primary area. Compared to the intermediate area secret realms, the primary area secret realms were much safer. The main reason was not the danger but that cultivators who reached the 4th tier were generally at the God Sovereign level. Most secret realms in the primary area were inaccessible to those above the God Sovereign level. So, they had no choice but to choose the intermediate area secret realms. However, the intermediate area secret realms were too dangerous and difficult, and most people couldn't clear them. Generally, they chose to accumulate a large amount of secret realm strategy information to slowly upgrade. Lin Moyu thought of the message brought by the Talisman Sovereign and wanted to check the information on special secret realms. Song Jie didn't explain much, and it was the first time he had heard of such secret realms, making him very curious. A secret realm deemed important by a sovereign was obviously not simple. Lin Moyu quickly found the relevant information. There were a total of 6 special secret realms, 3 in the primary area, 2 in the intermediate area, and 1 in the advanced area. Their locations were peculiar, forming a triangular distribution. The 1 in the advanced area was at the top of the triangle, and the 3 in the primary area were at the base. Looking at the markings in the information, Lin Moyu vaguely sensed something strange. A map of the entire Divine City Star domain appeared in his mind, filled with star systems and shining secret realms. He filtered out all the star systems, leaving only the secret realms. Then he placed the locations of the 6 special secret realms on the map. Lin Moyu suddenly discovered that all the secret realms combined formed a rune, an ancient talisman. Combining this with the scene he saw in the Black Rain secret realm, where the rune exploded and the secret realm evolved, Lin Moyu completely understood that all the secret realms were actually the result of a complete ancient talisman exploding into countless fragments. Although the ancient talisman exploded, turning into thousands of fragments, they still followed certain rules, maintaining a certain distance within the vast Divine City star domain, and from a macro perspective it was still recognizable as an ancient talisman. If he could clear every secret realm and obtain all the ancient talismans inside, he could restore a complete and powerful ancient talisman. The power of this ancient talisman would be immense, beyond estimation. Lin Moyu speculated that it would definitely surpass the Beyond Realm. It might even be stronger than a sovereign.
Is this the reason why I was told to clear more secret realms? The talisman sovereign must have deep research on ancient talismans. Perhaps he wants to restore this ancient talisman.
Lin Moyu thought this was highly likely. A Beyond Realm expert wouldn't do anything meaningless.
Judging by the locations of the special secret realms, they should be one of the cores of the ancient talisman. The ancient talisman in the Black Rain secret realm is also one of the cores, but it didn't become a special secret realm. It should be because the completeness of the ancient talisman is different. Although the Black Water talisman is also a core, it was too severely damaged, so it ultimately evolved into an ordinary secret realm. Since I could obtain the Black Water talisman, does it mean I can also obtain other core parts? If that's the case, then the special secret realms are a must-go. And the cores of the ancient talisman are not just these few.
Lin Moyu deduced the ancient talisman in his mind. Combining the location of the Black Rain secret realm with the locations of the special secret realms, he quickly deduced other secret realms that might contain core runes. He marked these secret realms one by one, making them his priority for clearing. After obtaining the Black Water talisman, Lin Moyu's curiosity about the ancient talisman reached its peak. Lin Moyu continued to check the information on the special secret realms and quickly learned what made them special. After a few minutes, his ears twitched slightly, hearing some movement. Luo Feiyu had awakened. 1,671,670. Chapter 1670. Luo Feiyu's Stone. Luo Feiyu seemed to have had a long sleep, and his entire spirit and energy had transformed. His state of mind had recovered, his aura had become stable, and the cultivation path that had been broken was now reconnected, even stronger than before. Breaking and then rebuilding, after this ordeal, Luo Feiyu's Dao heart had surpassed its previous state. Although his cultivation level had declined due to the torment of his state of mind over the years, it no longer mattered. His future was now bright, far better than before.
Congratulations, Brother Luo, for breaking and then rebuilding, stabilizing your Dao heart. A breakthrough to the God-Sovereign realm is just around the corner.
Hearing Lin Moyu's congratulatory words, Luo Feiyu was overjoyed. He almost knelt down to kowtow to Lin Moyu, as Lin Moyu had truly saved him, akin to a life-saving grace. Luo Feiyu said,
Brother Lin, if you ever need anything in the future, just say the word, and I, Luo, will not refuse even at the cost of my life.
Lin Moyu smiled.
Brother Luo, you are too serious.
The two left the quiet room, and Jian Shen had already left, not waiting outside. They walked back to the main hall and saw several god sovereigns. The god sovereigns glanced over, showing slight surprise. They already knew about Luo Feiyu's situation. A damaged state of mind was the most troublesome. They didn't expect Lin Moyu to actually save him. Lin Moyu's methods seemed even more extraordinary than they had imagined. Jian Shen laughed heartily.
Congratulations, congratulations. After this ordeal, your future is limitless, my dear nephew. Uncle, you flatter me. I, Feiyu, am just a humble learner. It is already a great fortune to have saved my life this time.
Luo Feiyu bowed to everyone.
Dear seniors, if you have time in the future, please come to my Luo family for a drink. I will bring out the best wine from my home.
The god sovereigns also smiled and agreed one by one. One of the god sovereigns said to Lin Moyu,
Young friend Lin, your methods are truly impressive. Even the damage to the state of mind can be repaired. I am in awe. Soul injuries and damage to the state of mind are the two most troublesome types of injuries. Young friend Lin is truly capable. Young friend Lin is indeed a rare genius, the likes of which I have never seen in my life. I am convinced.
Each of the god sovereigns was very polite to Lin Moyu, even somewhat flattering. They all believed that, in the future, Lin Moyu would surely surpass the god sovereign realm and reach that elusive level. By then, they would have to address Lin Moyu as
Lord.
If they didn't say a few good words now to build a relationship, it would be too late in the future. 0005. Outside the formation, yellow sand filled the sky. Lin Moyu and Luo Feiyu flew through the yellow sand, heading towards the teleportation array. They flew slowly, not in a hurry. Luo Feiyu's eyes were filled with joy, and he didn't know how many times he had expressed his gratitude. Originally, Lin Moyu wanted to go to another star system where there was a secret realm he had selected, which might contain a core ancient talisman. However, Luo Feiyu insisted on taking Lin Moyu back to the Luo family, saying he had something special to give him. As for what it was, Luo Feiyu couldn't say clearly, only that it was something very special. This item couldn't be stored in a storage space and was inconvenient to carry around, so Luo Feiyu had always kept it at home. He had also shown it to his elders, but none of them could identify what it was. Even a sixth-stage god sovereign in the Luo family couldn't damage it in the slightest, even when using all his strength. They had also tried refining it into a magical treasure, but that too had failed. This showed that it was not just a high-grade item. The Luo family didn't know how to use it, but they didn't think of selling it either. Since Luo Feiyu had found it, it was ultimately left to him to handle. The two once again used the teleportation array to return to the initial 13283 star system, back to Luo Feiyu's courtyard. In a corner of the courtyard, there was a small room. This was Luo Feiyu's usual quiet room for cultivation. The setup inside the quiet room was simple, with only a meditation cushion and a small table. However, Lin Moyu could see that the quiet room was arranged with formations that could manifest laws to aid in cultivation. In one corner of the quiet room stood a black stone. The stone was about 1/2 meter tall and 10 centimeters wide, with smooth edges and obvious cutting marks. Lin Moyu's pupils slightly contracted, showing a hint of shock.
It's this.
Entering the quiet room, he reached out to touch the black stone.
It really is this.
It was indeed the same as the black stone in the mysterious manor and the ancient tomb. Luo Feiyu was surprised.
Brother Lin, have you seen this before?
Lin Moyu nodded.
Yes, where did you get it, Brother Luo?
Luo Feiyu said, I once left the Divine City and went to the Xuanwu battlefield.
At that time, I had a conflict with a powerful being from another race. After a great battle, I accidentally found this stone. There were many scattered stones in the starry sky, and this stone was among them. During the battle, all the other stones were destroyed, but this one remained intact.
The black stone looked ordinary on the surface. When mixed with other stones, it was hard to distinguish it. Its only characteristic was its hardness. It was so hard that even a god sovereign couldn't damage it in the slightest, and no method of refining could affect it. At that time, I tried everything to bring a piece back for research. But no matter what I did, I couldn't succeed. I didn't expect to get a piece now. Luo Feiyu asked.
Brother Lin, do you know the use of this stone?
Lin Moyu shook his head.
I don't know either, but in ancient times, it seems that the strong used it to build houses.
Ah, Luo Feiyu was stunned. It was actually used as a building material. He knew Lin Moyu wouldn't lie to him.
Were the people of ancient times so strong? They used this material to build houses.
Using such a stone to build houses was something even a god sovereign couldn't do. The strength of the people in ancient times was unimaginable. Could they all have surpassed the God-sovereign realm? Just thinking about it was terrifying.
Maybe.
Lin Moyu replied casually. He wasn't sure either. Lin Moyu grasped the stone and exerted a little force to lift it. The stone was unexpectedly light, weighing less than a pound despite its size. Even a 3- or 5-year-old child could lift it. Extremely light yet extremely hard. Two completely different properties coexisted, making it very peculiar. Luo Feiyu said,
I also found it strange at the time. Such a light stone should be hollow, but it is incredibly hard.
Lin Moyu carefully examined the stone and noticed something different at the bottom. At one corner of the stone's base, it seemed to have been damaged and then repaired. It didn't feel as smooth as the rest. Lin Moyu asked,
Brother Luo, how many years ago did you get this?
Luo Feiyu calculated.
About 500 years ago.
500 years, not too long but not short either. Lin Moyu pointed to the less smooth area.
Brother Luo, look here. Is it different from when you first got it?
He knew Luo Feiyu must have carefully observed it back then and probably studied it for a while, ultimately finding nothing. He would remember the details of the stone clearly. Luo Feiyu carefully looked at the spot Lin Moyu pointed to, gradually showing surprise.
This wasn't like this before. I remember there was a notch here, as if it had been cut off.
1671, 1671. Chapter 1671. So ancient talismans can be simple too. Through Luo Feiyu's words, Lin Moyu confirmed his suspicions. Lin, the black stone from ancient times has the ability to self-repair. However, this ability has certain limitations. It can repair breaks but cannot fix some surface scratches. There is still a scratch on this stone, a very fine one, likely made by some sharp tool. The stone has not repaired this scratch, perhaps because it hasn't reached the threshold for repair. But at the broken corner, the stone automatically repaired itself. The repaired part is not smooth and can be distinctly felt. This also explains why Lin Moyu saw many scratches on the walls of the mysterious manor. Countless years have passed, and the scratches have not disappeared. It also explains why the stones cannot be separated. Due to the self-repairing nature, they will automatically stick to other ancient black stones, forming a whole. This material from ancient times is quite magical. Luo Feiyu said,
I have nothing valuable except this unknown stone and the wine from the Luo family. I don't know if this stone will be useful to you, Brother Lin.
Lin Moyu held the stone in his hand.
I don't know if it's useful, but I once wanted to obtain it and failed. I cannot refuse Brother Luo's kindness.
Without much formality, Lin Moyu accepted the stone straightforwardly. Seeing Lin Moyu accept the stone, Luo Feiyu was overjoyed.
Brother Lin, please wait in the courtyard for a moment. I'll fetch some good wine for you to enjoy.
With that, Luo Feiyu flew to his family's wine cellar to get wine for Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu returned to the courtyard and continued to examine the black stone. Something he once sought but couldn't obtain was now in his hand. It would be a shame not to study it thoroughly. From the surface, it looked no different from an ordinary stone. Apart from being particularly light and hard, there was nothing unusual about it. If there was something strange, it must be inside the stone. He extended his soul power, trying to penetrate the stone. As expected, his soul power was blocked, unable to enter.
The Luo family must have tried various methods, so I don't need to try those again. Then, the only methods left are those the Luo family doesn't have.
In his soul world, the eye of the soul slowly opened. The world changed, and lines of laws appeared in his vision. The eye of the soul at the beyond realm level broke through the surface illusion of the world, revealing a more real interior. Sure enough, Lin Moyu saw something different. A large number of runes appeared on the black stone in his hand. Countless runes intertwined, ultimately forming a special rune.
An ancient talisman.
Lin Moyu's heart trembled.
The black stone from ancient times is indeed related to ancient talismans.
He had already suspected this. The stone was both light and hard, two completely different properties coexisting, indicating that its rules had been altered. Only an ancient talisman could change rules and maintain them for so many years. Now that he saw it, it was indeed an ancient talisman, making everything clear. Ancient talismans are three-dimensional, and the runes on the stone surface are just the exterior. These runes extend from the outside to the inside, ultimately converging and forming an ancient talisman inside the stone. It is this ancient talisman that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, giving the stone its amazing properties. The true power of the black stone does not lie in the stone itself but in the ancient talisman inside. Lin Moyu thought that if this ancient talisman were placed on another material, it might achieve similar effects. Having understood the essence, the next step was to understand what kind of ancient talisman it was. However, it seemed that the ancient talisman inside the black stone was one of the simplest types. The ancient talismans in the Divine City star domain and the ancient talisman in the severed finger outside the Divine City were much more complex. The ancient talismans at the core of any secret realm were more complex than the one inside the black stone. The difference was like night and day, incomparable. Lin Moyu found it amusing.
Have I skipped a grade?
Learning runes is a process step by step. He had thought all ancient talismans were extremely complex, but now he realized he was wrong. There are simpler ancient talismans in this world. He had started with complex, high-level ancient talismans like learning advanced mathematics without finishing elementary school. No wonder it was so difficult. Luo Feiyu returned with 2 jars of wine. The jars were much smaller, each holding only 50 jin. Luo Feiyu placed the 2 jars on the ground.
This is the oldest wine in our Luo family, each jar over 3,000 years old. But there isn't much of this wine left. I managed to find only 2 jars.
Lin Moyu did not refuse and directly accepted the 2 jars of wine.
I won't be polite then.
Luo Feiyu quickly waved his hand.
You are my savior. This wine is nothing.
An unknown stone and 2 jars of aged wine were nothing compared to Lin Moyu's kindness in Luo Feiyu's eyes. But he also understood the principle of not overdoing it. Insisting on repaying too much would seem insincere. He considered Lin Moyu a friend, which was much better. Moreover, he genuinely felt this way. Lin Moyu held the ancient black stone. His curiosity piqued by the ancient talisman on it, eager to study it.
Brother Luo, could you find me a quiet room?
Luo Feiyu immediately pointed to his own quiet room.
Use this one. The other rooms aren't as good.
Lin Moyu didn't stand on ceremony and directly entered the quiet room. The door of the quiet room closed, and the formation inside began to operate. The formation brought light to the room, making it not dim. Lin Moyu opened the eye of the soul and began to study the ancient talisman on the black stone. In the main hall of the Luo family, Luo Feiyu met his father, Luo Hong, the head of the Luo family and a third-stage god sovereign. Besides Luo Hong, there was an elder with an even more profound aura. This was Luo Feiyu's grandfather, Luo Shatian. Luo Shatian was already a 6th-stage god sovereign, just 1 step away from the 7th stage. If he reached the 7th stage, the Luo family could enter the intermediate area of the Divine City and enjoy better resources. Both of them were well aware of Luo Feiyu's situation but were helpless. They had sought help from other god sovereigns, but the answer was always the same. The one who tied the bell must untie it. This matter could only be resolved by Luo Feiyu himself. Others were powerless. They had given up hope, but unexpectedly, Luo Feiyu had broken and then rebuilt, not only healing his state of mind but also brightening his future. Luo Hong asked,
Did he accept the 2 jars of wine?
Luo Feiyu honestly replied,
He did. Good. Did you mention the purpose of the wine?
Luo Feiyu shook his head.
I didn't think it was necessary. Saying too much would seem deliberate.
Luo Shatian said,
Feiyu is right. No need to be deliberate. When he drinks the wine, he will naturally understand.
Luo Hong said,
We don't have much of this wine left in the Luo family. But being able to befriend a top genius like Lin Moyu is worth it.
Luo Shatian asked,
Feiyu, did he say he had seen that stone before?
Luo Feiyu nodded.
Brother Lin said the stone is from ancient times. He saw it on the battlefield but doesn't know its specific use.
Luo Shatian said softly.
We've studied it for so many years without understanding it. If he can use it, it will be put to good use.
Luo Hong advised.
Feiyu, Lin Moyu is a dragon among men and will surely soar to great heights. In the future, you should try to befriend him and become friends.
Luo Feiyu nodded.
I treat him sincerely, and he treats me sincerely. We are already friends.
1672 1672 Chapter 1672 Special Secret Realm Maple Forest Secret Realm. In the quiet room, Lin Moyu carefully studied the ancient talisman. Through the eye of the soul, he could see the ancient talisman, but only the surface runes of the core ancient talisman. From the surface runes, Lin Moyu judged that the core ancient talisman should be a relatively simple one. But no matter how simple an ancient talisman is, it is still an ancient talisman. While studying it, his soul power was consumed rapidly, at an astonishing speed, much faster than when he studied the Black Water Talisman. The giant tree of talent was working at full capacity to replenish his soul power, but it was still somewhat insufficient. The most troublesome part was not this, but that when he started to make some progress, Lin Moyu suddenly found himself beginning to forget. It was like when he first entered the Poison Beast secret realm. The ancient talisman fragments he had seen were completely forgotten after a short time. Now it was the same. The runes on this black stone would also be forgotten and could not be remembered. At this point, Lin Moyu had to give up.
Realm, O realm!
With a long sigh, Lin Moyu put away the eye of the soul and let his consumed soul power naturally recover. From this, it was clear that only the Black Water Talisman, which actively entered his soul, was a special existence. Even if he had obtained the black stone from the beginning, he would not have been able to enter the door of the ancient talisman through it. The disassembly and study of the Black Water Talisman were not in vain. Thinking of this, he felt much more balanced. The ancient black stone could not be studied for now. It would have to wait until his realm improved in the future. He didn't know if the God-Sovereign realm would be enough. If not, he would have to wait until he reached the Beyond realm. That would take quite a long time. If others knew Lin Moyu had such thoughts, they would surely want to beat him to death with a stick. Others take hundreds or even thousands of years to reach the God King realm. Even counting the time in the time house, Lin Moyu had just barely surpassed 100 years. Others take 100 years to reach the Super God realm, but he was already a God King. Saying this would definitely anger a few people to death. Calming his mind, he decided not to aim too high. Lin Moyu decided to check out the secret realms he had marked. Perhaps he could obtain a core ancient talisman like the Black Water Talisman. Just as this thought arose, a familiar voice suddenly sounded in his ear. The Maple Forest Secret Realm will open in 10 days. The Maple Forest Secret Realm is a special secret realm. If interested, you can take the task and go there. Lin Moyu was slightly stunned.
The special secret realm is coming so soon. The Talisman Sovereign must have known that the Maple Forest secret realm would open, which is why he specifically reminded me.
Lin Moyu had read the information on special secret realms. In the information, special secret realms were also called the 3 high secret realms. High danger, high challenge, high reward. The rewards of special secret realms are very rich, far exceeding ordinary secret realms. However, the danger is also very high, and every time it opens, a batch of people will die. But in the face of high rewards, people still flock to it, and every time it opens, many people want to enter. After the Talisman Sovereign's words were conveyed, Lin Moyu had originally planned to go to the special secret realm once it opened. With the reminder from the Human Emperor Network, the task information also appeared. Divine City Task. Explore the Maple Forest Secret Realm. Enter the Maple Forest Secret Realm and collect blood-red maple leaves. Restriction: God King 5th stage and above, below the 1st stage of the God Sovereign Realm, can enter. Completion condition: collect 10 blood-red maple leaves. Task reward: 100 Divine City Merit Points. No penalty for failure. Additional reward: 4 each additional blood red maple leaf. An extra 1 divine city merit point. No upper limit. Notes. The Maple Forest Secret Realm is a special secret realm with extremely high danger. Please pay attention to the following points. 1. In some areas of the Maple Forest Secret Realm, escape talismans cannot be used. Please avoid these areas. 2. The beasts in the Maple Forest contain strong poison. If you are outmatched, please use the escape talisman immediately. 3. Prepare antidote pills. If poisoned and unable to detoxify, please use the escape talisman immediately. 4. The Maple Forest Secret Realm may contain illusions. If you fall into an illusion, please use the escape talisman immediately. 5. If you encounter walking maple trees, please use the escape talisman immediately. 6. If you hear talking maple trees, please use the escape talisman immediately. 7. If the sky turns blood red, please use the escape talisman immediately. There were 7 points of caution, and apart from the first point advising to avoid certain areas, all other points had the same reminder. Use the escape talisman immediately. From these points of caution, it was clear how dangerous the Maple Forest Secret Realm was. Other secret realms would never have such detailed reminders. The high levels of the human race need to train human cultivators, and some dangers must be experienced by the cultivators themselves, allowing them to grow in danger. Therefore, the reminders from the Human Emperor Network are always just enough, and many things need to be understood and comprehended by oneself. Such detailed reminders indicate that the danger of the secret realm has reached an astonishing level, especially the words,
Immediately.
Lin Moyu felt that this was the key point. Delaying even a little might make it too late to use the escape talisman. After reading the task information from the Human Emperor Network, Lin Moyu immediately checked the information on the Maple Forest Secret Realm in the Secret Realm Strategy Group. The Maple Forest Secret Realm is a special secret realm that opens periodically. Its opening time is not fixed. Sometimes it is decades, sometimes it is over 100 years. It can only be calculated a short time before the secret realm opens. The Human Emperor Network will automatically calculate it and then release the secret realm task 10 days before it opens. Apart from the irregular opening time, there is another point that is completely different from other secret realms. The Maple Forest Secret Realm is a multi-person secret realm. In other secret realms, you enter alone like a single-player instance. But the Maple Forest Secret Realm is like a multiplayer instance with everyone together. However, it is different from a multiplayer instance in that there is no team mode. Everyone fights for themselves, and at most, there are a few helpers in times of danger. But in fact, they are of little help. The dangerous points mentioned by the Human Emperor Network are also written in the information from the Secret Realm Strategy Group, and they are written in more detail. The Maple Forest is full of poisonous insects and beasts, all of which are highly toxic. These poisons are different. Some can be detoxified, some cannot, but most cannot be detoxified. The information only gives 4 words.
Retreat if poisoned.
As long as you leave the secret realm, the poison will disappear. If you retreat too late, you will die from the poison. Life and death are on the line, and you must grasp it yourself. The other points are the same. Whether you fall into an illusion or encounter walking or talking maple trees, you must retreat immediately. Illusions will cause you to sink with a maximum of 10 seconds. If you cannot escape the illusion within 10 seconds, you will sink. As for walking and talking maple trees, they are talisman beasts in the secret realm. These 2 types of talisman beasts are very powerful, at least at the God Sovereign realm. Only God Sovereigns can fight them. Minor God Sovereigns will die. Some maple trees may even exceed the first stage of the God Sovereign realm. The reminders from the Human Emperor Network are correct. Retreat immediately, or there will be no chance. The information only differs from the Human Emperor Network's reminder on the last point. When the sky in the secret realm turns blood red, the Human Emperor Network advises using the escape talisman immediately. However, the information states that only when the sky turns blood red is there a possibility of entering the second stage. But this statement has not been confirmed. Because the secret realm becomes extremely dangerous, when the sky turns blood red. Several god sovereigns from the Secret Realm Strategy Group have tried to explore it, but none have been able to persist. 1673, 1673.